We have some pretty significant NHL trades, including goalie Alex Nedeljkovic on his way to Detroit. Shayne Gostisbehere is on his way to Arizona. We also have a trade involving the Seattle Kraken and some other speculation of other deals we could see as soon as today. And that's coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some pretty significant NHL trades to discuss today. Before we jump into the trades, I just want to announce as well that Matt Calvert has announced his retirement from the NHL. Still a fairly young man in his early 30s, but has battled a ton of injuries. And obviously he's, that's certainly played a big role in his decision to end his career at this stage of his career. He played just over 550 NHL games. So we certainly want to wish him all the best in his retirement. Now on to the trades. We've got the Philadelphia Flyers trading defenseman Shayne Gostisbehere. This guy feels like he's been in the rumor mill for a couple of years, if not more, on his way to Arizona. Now, the Flyers essentially are paying the Coyotes to take this player, just like the Islanders did with Andrew Ladd. There was actually no return. They're also throwing in a 2022 second-round pick as well as a seventh-round pick. So the Coyotes get a player who can play in their top four and hopefully rejuvenate his career. And on top of that, they get to recoup a couple of extra draft picks for taking that on, since they're draft pick poor, but they're certainly in the process of recovering that after the ones they got in the Ladd deal, now in this one. So certainly frees up some cap space for the Philadelphia Flyers, who could certainly do some other moves. They're speculated to be working on other items. We know they probably want to make another addition to their blue line. They've been rumored to be involved in the Tarasenko trade talks with the Blues, so we will see where things go. There was also news out of Philadelphia that Jacob Voracek has officially requested a trade as well. So not only is the speculation about him leaving the Flyers, just that now he officially has made it clear he wants out. So we'll see. Maybe if the two guys in Voracek and Tarasenko, since they both want out, they both have big ticket items on their contracts, maybe we'll see a swap. I'm not sure, but Voracek officially would like to be moved on from the Philadelphia Flyers here as well. Now, the other trade, which is real head scratcher, the Carolina Hurricanes have traded young goaltender and the third finalist in Calder Trophy voting this year, Alex Nedeljkovic, to the Detroit Red Wings. Yes, now we had heard reports that they were concerned about qualifying him because he was an RFA, because they were worried where he has arbitration rights on the reward he could get, considering he had a really good season. I'm like, yes, but he was also a huge part of you going to the playoffs and having playoff success for a while. The goalie of the future. Why are they being so cheap with this guy? It blows my mind here. So in swoops in Steve Yzerman and says, I'll take him, and he gives them pending unrestricted free agent goalie Jonathan Bernier, as well as a third-round pick. So they're giving them a goalie who they weren't going to re-sign anyway, and a third-rounder for a young up-and-coming goaltender who was a finalist for Rookie of the Year. Yzerman totally fleeced the Hurricanes. I do not understand this trade. Is Tom Dundon having money problems again or something? Like, what is going on there? He also signs a new contract with the Red Wings. Get this. Nedeljkovic signs a 2-year deal at $3 million per year average annual value. That's all he was looking for. There was speculation right before that was confirmed that he was looking for between 3 and 3.5. So he signs for $3 million a year in Detroit, and Carolina was all worried about that. What the heck are they going to do with Svechnikov if they can't give Nedeljkovic $3 million to be their starting goaltender? That raises serious concerns for me over their ability to really keep this team going here and keep that success that they've been experiencing the last number of years going here. I mean, look at how negotiations drug on with Rod Brind'Amour and staff, getting that done. One of the top coaches in the NHL who's had a tremendous amount of success and track record with your franchise the past couple of years, and you're nickel and diming him right down to the wire. Like, come on. I don't know what's going on in Carolina, but Yzerman took advantage. Now, here's another thing. Why wouldn't a team like Buffalo be jumping on that? Buffalo doesn't even have a goalie under contract for next year, and they're a rebuilding team needing an asset like Nedeljkovic. They could have given up a third-round pick and a pending UFA. Like, Kevin Adams, you need to get your phone going here and make some calls, because that was an opportunity not missed by Steve Yzerman, and that's another fleecing. Like, he continues to do this around the league. Certainly, mad respect for what Stevie Y did there, and a head-scratcher for the Hurricanes. Now, a few other things that are not confirmed yet. We're waiting on details to be confirmed, so look for another video here sometime in the very near future. There is word that the Kraken are trading Tyler Pitlick, who they claimed from Arizona in the expansion draft, to the Calgary Flames for some sort of a draft pick, but I don't have a confirmation yet on who exactly, on what the pick is, so we'll have to wait to get confirmation on that. But Pitlick appears to be heading to the Calgary Flames. The Edmonton Oilers are apparently signing Zach Hyman. It's either going to be 7 or 8 years. It depends if they can convince Toronto to do the 8-year deal and trade him for a draft pick, which is what they're working on now. The Leafs are certainly a little low on draft picks after moving out a lot at trade deadline acquisitions the past 2 years. So even though they may not want to help the Oilers, at the same time they get something in return. So we'll see if they can get that worked out. An 8th year, though, would be huge for the Oilers. Not so much that you really need to have it from the player perspective, but just to keep the average annual value down. It's believed to be valued somewhere around $40 million. So it's going to come in around $5 million per year if they get him on the 8-year deal. Otherwise, it's going to be closer to 5.5. And to me, for the cap hit for Hyman on that contract, that's a little too much. So we'll see what happens there, but that's the latest on that situation. Taylor Hall and the Bruins are expected to be getting a contract finalized possibly today as well, so stay tuned for that. It's expected to be somewhere around 4 years and $6 million per year. The Oilers made some comments, and Ken Holland on his media availability today, announcing that he likely wasn't going to be qualifying some RFAs like Cahoon and Kara, likely doing a buyout, which many believe is Koskinen. So that stuff's likely coming from them here in the not too distant future. Apparently has an offer on the table for Alec Martinez as well, and he's mulling it over. It's believed he'll likely get more money on the open market, but Vegas certainly very interested in retaining their defenseman, who's been a big role there in helping them have playoff success. The Red Wings also, besides making that sweet deal to get themselves a nice young goalie, also signs RFA forward Michael Rasmussen. He gets a 3-year extension at $1.4 million. That's not too bad for a young guy who's going to have a 3-year deal to continue developing, and then at the end of the contract, he'll still be an RFA for 1 more year. And his qualifying offer will be under $2 million. So it's, again, not a huge commitment there from the Red Wings, and it allows them to see what they have in this player. And if it doesn't work out, it's not a huge term or risk involved. So pretty decent signing there by Yzerman. Apparently Lou Lamoriello and the Islanders are very interested in bringing in Zach Parise. They're also interested in Ryan Suter. We'll see if they get them as a combo package, but Suter has a lot more options than Parise at this point, so it's not a guarantee that they end up going to the same team. Another player in Arizona getting a lot of attention as well is Christian Dvorak. He's getting a lot of attention. Hard to say when a deal goes down for him. It's quite likely it could be a little while. I would think a lot of the teams that are thinking about kicking tires on Eichel and Kuznetsov, if they don't land the bigger names, then they'll circle back to a guy like Dvorak. At least that would be my thought, but we'll have to see what happens in that regard. But a player getting tons of attention is likely traded sometime here in the near future. So that is all the news we have here for now. There's going to be a busy day, I suspect, so don't be surprised I'm back with at least one or possibly more videos here today announcing the rest of the news that comes through the NHL. So stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date here with all the news and rumors on all 32 NHL teams. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.